Hello, Narnach here. Welcome back to Path of Exile, Essence League. We're playing as Tukohama's Totemancer. We are level 76. And we're gonna do Malachai. I think it's time.
The way to a god's heart is through his guts.
Previous episode we went up against Calm and Doresso and weren't all that impressed. Let's see if it's gonna be any different this time. Or if this is a decent indication that we are slightly overpowered for the area and things might be rather simple to do. Only way to truly know is to do it, and that's why we are. Got a suspicion that Malachai, his lieutenant's piety are gonna be a teensy bit more difficult. Maybe the Bone Queen even if we encounter her. But regular mobs, they aren't all that interesting. It's one of the upsides, of course, of playing a rather tanky build. We really can take a lot of punishment. If this were a hardcore build, then of course we would have a lot of leeway here. It's the kind of safety buffer that you want. We aren't playing hardcore, we're only playing standard. So there it's just convenient. Not having to respawn, not losing experience upon death. But not crucial to keeping your build on hardcore. Artisan's Strongbox, let's see. 4 additional items, 3 rares, +1 level. Stream of monsters, cost the clouds. Okay, let's set up things over here. Step back, curse them. I think they took down Righteous Fire. And that was that. Ooh, double chisel. Some scraps. I think that was a rather lucky drop. Let's see if we can find any more. Could be that this is the Bone Queen's lair. Would be fun. Then we really do get all the unique mobs that we can find. It's just a regular Revenant, not the Bone Queen. And unfortunately, no Queen for us. There's not a lot of characters that you can get this tanky, that they will just wander about. At least in my personal experience, most of my characters end up a bit more on the squishy side. But this guy is just a pure sustain tank. Oh, similar to the Juggernaut I played back in Parenda's League, that also was a sustain tank. Though of course there I was using Earthquake in order to kill things, stun things, and generally prevent things from hurting me. Here we are, similar setup, we are blocking. Actually we are blocking now, that guy wasn't, that's a big difference of course. If you're wielding a two-handed mace, you're not gonna block anything. With the shield we have, we do. And 30% chance to block is nothing to sneeze at. And this is a dead end. Also nothing to sneeze at. Totems drawing all the attention also helps us tank a bunch of life regen and a decent health pool and armor. That's something that the Juggernaut also had. But if I compare it to my Lacerate Gladiator. That's a sustain tank. I really do need to actively attack things, build up those stacks of life leech in order to keep myself alive during fights, rather than just standing there and looking fearsome. And there they are, the bowels of the beast. We cast our golem. And do this.
You've done well, Brute, but let's not get above ourselves.
Cursor. Yeah. Okay, just keep putting down those righteous fire totems, keep her cursed, and we'll just dance around her. So, she's nearly dead already. Just for the fun of it, we're gonna unleash the army of the damned, recast our golems, and then didn't even need to dance around, she's already dead.
The man you are, Marauder.
It's good that she's impressed, but this bodes well, to be honest. Bodes very well.
Piety, betray me, and I will have your head.
Maligaro is going to be an interesting fight because he's so heavily focused on chaos damage, which of course is our weakness. I had good hopes of actually fixing that, but crafting not going very well. And to be honest, in terms of gearing, I think we're in a good enough spot for where we are. It's too bad that we have negative chaos resists. But I find myself enjoying it slightly more to play with my Lacerated Gladiator than with the Totemancer. So this little series of wrapping up the end game content, so doing Commanderesso, doing Malachai now, and next episode going after is Zaro in the Labyrinth. I think those are going to be the last episodes for this series. And then I'm going to focus 100% on advancing in maps with my Lacerator. We have reached tier 9 maps there, almost at tier 10 maps. And I had a look at the atlas. There's a couple of websites that list out the entire atlas and the paths and things like that. And if I focus on just running the maps with my Lacerator, with the Gladiator, then we might be able to take on 2 of the Guardians before the start of next league. It's, well, it might be a bit too ambitious. Does mean, no, it's going to be about 3 or 4 maps per tier, and we're going to rapidly advance through them rather than a bit slower. But that way we do get to enjoy some of the new content that is new in the Atlas of Worlds, with the fight against I believe the Hydra and the Chimera. They are on the left side of the map. So Tukohama's Totemancer, it was fun to play, fun to level, but I find myself enjoying my I keep trying to say shadow, but it's not a shadow. It's a duelist. I keep enjoying that playstyle a bit more. Guess it's a bit more active. This is very much a command and control style of builds. The totems are doing all the work. I'm just trying to stay out of the way and not getting killed. Well, that is fun to a certain degree. I find myself having played it enough.
You are free now, slave.
Let's see, I think I failed to tag the waypoint. Can we double check that? Yeah, it's not fully filled out. So that's too bad. We actually have to walk back. If I feel like it, I might record a couple more episodes as a bonus, but there's no more plans to actively continue this series on a regular basis from here on out. Of course, no, I do want to wrap things up, and that's why I am going after Azaro and why I'm now doing the endgame content. So you can see that it can be done, that this build is Malachai viable. I think even Malachai viable is a term. Every build is Malachai viable at this point, I suspect. Even though I wouldn't be surprised if there are builds that have some issues with it. But a general rule for Path of Exile is if you postpone content long enough, at some point it will be doable. Unless something is a absolute hard counter to the build that you are playing. Maligaro, this is going to be the interesting one.
Dissection time.
Because of all the poison damage that he's going to deal. Let's see if we have a ton of regen, of course. That does make things easier to deal with. Okay, I was overestimating this.
You're the greatest form I never sculpted.
Your sickness is ended.
So it turns out having a huge amount of life regeneration does beat out chaos damage in the end. Let's see. There. And then we should be getting closer to Sharon's arena. Yes, there. Ooh. And they are dead as well.
Now you are simply gorgeous. What a gorgeous fighter!
Okay, think I got a fan. Hello. Here. Have some minions. All for you.
So pretty!
Goodbye. Superior Reckoning.
The ancestors demand it.
5% increased radius. We are using a non-quality version, so having a quality version is interesting. We don't do any damage with it, but the increased area of effect will allow us to hit more enemies and gain more life on hit. So it is actually worth swapping out those gems, even though in terms of damage output it's a loss. But because we don't deal damage with it, it is actually a gain. Funny enough. So, let's see, we have some stuff to sell. Some more currency to stash. And then the final two entrails. We deliver.
When I met you that first time...
Okay, there we go. Black Core. Resummon the golem. Let's do this.
In this moment, you and I will create the most beautiful of nightmares together. Creation? Rather the realm of the gods, isn't it? Bow your head to your one true god.
Now, Exile!
Wait. We're not going after Piety just yet. We're going after this ugly dude first. Mr. Skullface. So, Golem, where are you? No, sleeping on the job.
Embrace the future.
Okay, there we are. 1, 2, 3, go. La 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 la. Piety is down halfway through.
What?
Now, Exile!
1, 2, 3. Curse, run. Refreshing our totems, really cursing him, running the other way around. Oh, that was not the smartest of moves, running into those blood things. Ah. Piety version 2. Actually having all these totems next to here, every time she hits them, they retaliate, which is not the brightest of things because they hurt rather hard. And he goes down the toilet. And we follow because we are the hero
Let us
and
see
we
if
are
you
clean
truly
up.
understand what it means to be Nightmare.
Stop tentacling me. Is that a verb? Tentacling someone. A verb. To apply tentacles to someone or
I
something.
gave my life. Nightmare gave me so much more.
Burning this one down, but oh, just putting the totems next to it usually does the trick. We are triggering all the traps, but because we have so much regen, we can actually get away with it. And that does make it easier to survive running around when we truly are running for our lives. Also, someone killed my golem again. Let's remedy that. Those totems, though, they to add up in terms of damage. Oh wait, we can actually trigger them with our traps. We can. Okay. End of discussion. Now triggering them with traps. Because... or with totems. Because, well, why wouldn't I?
You are being selfish.
We have to keep cursing him, of course. Well, he's a boss, he's curse resistant. On the other hand, he is also elemental resistant, so cursing him does make it easier to take him out.
Accept the gift of immortality.
Next. So we cast our golem. Oh. All the bloody stuff. Okay, next heart is gone. And we're just burning all the zombies. Oh, oh. Yeah. Okay, he has a habit of appearing where you are. Can actually use that to my advantage. If he appears. Oh, shoot. So, interesting bit here is, of course, we were in a rather comfy position, just marching through all opposition. Malachai is still a challenge. Never underestimate Malachai. This were hardcore, this were the end. It's not hardcore, so it's not the end. But it is annoying, of course.
Is the true eternal.
Dying to boss fight. Especially these later stages, there's gonna be... No, there's stuff on the floor everywhere. It's these mines. There's the bloody hands, there's the... like that. There's the stuff moving about. There's a lot of stuff going on.
You are being selfish.
Let's see, totem, totem.
Why?
Okay.
You're so in love with death.
And yeah, stepping aside. Okay, just again, no, just way too many mines there. Really don't want to be exposed to all of that. Blood on the floor, let's not do that either. Currently just playing a game of Minesweeper here. It's not entirely the way I'd like to play this, but
You are being selfish.
feels like it's necessary. Okay, Malachai's porting, that means he's gonna appear behind me. And the final bit, we got him. We took out Malachai.
Do you hear me, Kitava? Your slaves are dead, and your kingdom dies with them. You are the father of corruption.
And then we have our rewards to pick up, which will include one map, if I remember correctly. Indeed, a rare version of a tier 1 map.
Still up.
And Ojun is simply happy we defeated Kam or Malachai for, it's not even Kam, it's Malachai. So next up is gonna be the Labyrinth in Act 3. And then we're gonna go after Izaro, or at least die trying. In which case I'll have to rerun it again in order to actually get a successful completion of the Labyrinth recorded. So for now, I'm gonna thank you very much for watching, and I hope to see you again next time. Bye bye.